Yeah. Welcome to the Oscar Podcast. Hello and welcome back to the Arts Bar Podcast. I am joined by a good friend of mine that's never been on the podcast, but we've known for a long, long time, Miss Amber Prothero. Mrs.
I know. I have a new name, but we're going to stick with Amber Prothero because that's what I've been building all these years.
Are you keeping that as your
Yeah, I think
brand?
I'm going to keep it as my brand
Cool.
because my new name is Feeney, which is a cool name, Amber Feeney.
Yeah?
But I don't know. I still want Prothero. It feels, it's me roots.
Yeah, it's you've done a lot of years of trying to like get it as
Trying to push that.
As the
so I
artist
feel like
name.
if I changed it, it'd be like, what?
it also
You?
means Amber Prothero can be different to you.
Exactly. Kind of gives me my stage name, which I've never had before.
Yeah.
So now I officially have a stage name.
Well, Amber Feeney, Amber Prothero, it's a pleasure to have you on. Cheers.
Cheers.
Aperol Spritz.
This is the best kind of work. It
And,
doesn't really feel like work.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
So, I can't believe we've never done this before.
I know.
I've had a little bit of a hiatus from the podcast just because we've been really busy.
Classic.
When you were saying you're in town tonight, we've got the jam on later with some
We
of our
have.
friends.
We have.
It seemed to make sense that we just had a chat. And
It did.
It can be anything. We can talk about baking if you want.
Baking.
I imagine we'll probably talk about music at some
I
point.
do love cooking. We can talk about some good recipes if that's what everyone wants to hear.
Have you gone full Italian now?
No, do you know what? There is one thing that I make that is very Italian, and that is ragu.
Oh, nice.
Ragu alla bolognese.
Nice.
Because that is where my partner is from, is Bologna.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm quite like an English, like I love a roast.
Yeah, gammon and eggs.
That's pushing it a little bit. My grandma used to make me gammon and eggs, and that really takes me back to that period. So no, gammon and eggs is not a firm fave for me, but a good roast.
Yeah.
I love a good roast.
I've got to be in the mood.
I could drink gravy. That's how much I love roasts.
Gravy, fine.
Yeah.
I've got to be in the mood for a full roast.
It's got to be height of summer, maybe not the best time.
Yeah.
So August, given that we're in August, maybe not the best time for a roast.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah.
Let's go back to when we first met. So,
Yes.
just after lockdown,
Yeah.
you came in and did a session in our library.
Yeah, we did.
One of the library
At Hope
sessions.
Street, yeah.
Yeah. You blew us away. 1 with your voice, 2 with your songwriting, and 3 with your bilingual songwriting, which was amazing.
Yeah, we did a bilingual song. We did. Yeah, we did a little song in bit in French, bit in English.
Yeah, which is nice. If you want to check that out now, it's Amber Prothero Library Sessions. Have a little listen.
Definitely.
What was that? Just keys and vocals?
It was. So it was. God, we were trying to work out, weren't we? Just before we were trying to work out when that was. You guys opened in 2019.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that was like, I want to say it was like April time of 2021.
Yeah.
So we were just coming out of COVID. So that was nearly 4.5 years ago.
That's crazy, isn't it? That is crazy.
Old.
And then let's fast forward right up until a couple of months ago where you filmed a music video in our new bar.
In the new bar. Yeah, because at that point you didn't have Baltic. You just had Arts Bar Hope Street, and that was the brand. And yeah, since then we've done a headline show here, which we worked out was 2 years ago November, which again, gone very quick. And then the last time we were here was for my music video for Just Like You,
Yep.
the second single from my upcoming album. And yeah, it was basically me going on various Tinder dates, but it was the same guy dressed up as lots of different people.
Mike Blue, shout out to Mike.
Yeah, Mike Blue, what a legend.
Filmed by Sketch Benjamin, who we were talking about, who's very talented.
Amazing.
Videographer in the city at the minute,
Yeah.
and the video looks amazing. You managed to make this place like absolutely pop, and
Yeah.
like we just wish we could make it look like that in real life.
I know. I mean, it does look like that in real life, but I think, Ben's very professional. He had all the lighting. He had all the we literally had our storyboard down to a T, so we knew exactly where we were shooting everything. And one thing I said to Ben when we were kind of talking about it post-event was how hilarious it was that we obviously didn't hire out the bar.
Yeah.
It was just a normal, I think it was a Monday, so
Yeah.
at least we had a kind of semi-quieter day on our side in that it wasn't crazy busy. But this place is always buzzing, so there were people around.
You managed to not get many people in it.
I know,
It was amazing.
and I guess because you guys are such a hub for creativity, it kind of was normal. Like us now doing this set up at the back of the bar. You know, like people, it's so normal.
No one bats an eyelid.
No one bats an eyelid. So, you know, I think that was one of the best things about doing it here was that we've obviously known each other a while. You were super open to be like, come on in. Whereas most venues might be a bit like, oh, you know, you need to stay in one area and you can't be too loud and whatever. We just did our thing and you were like, great.
Yeah. I think that's a part of it. Like, we've been in that world and we've done that, so we kind of understand, and all the staff are similar. They understand. Because actually, if people are precious about it, did it affect anyone's day? I'd argue no one even really noticed half the time.
I think actually, if anything, it was the opposite, because we actually had like a fair few people come over and be like, what's this for? Like, tell us about it. And because I think there was an art exhibition next door.
That's right, yeah.
When it was back in Feb or whenever.
Yeah.
And there was something on next door, and so there was a load of people like, oh, what is it you're doing? And, you know, they were interested. It was like the opposite of feeling annoyed or feeling like we were in people's space. So it was fun. It was good.
That's it. Like, I mean, it's silly not to be able to use it. We call the arts bar. So the thing is, look,
it's all about the arts.
It's all about the arts, you know, in whatever form it is. And you just got to try and make it as accessible as you can. Because actually, if you were to hire out a bar for the day, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's not worth it.
I
know,
you know, and that's the thing. I think, you know, when you're independent, it's like any penny pinching you can do, you're going to do it. And, you know, venue is such a big thing, which is why for like a good few of my videos, I've tried to do them outside in open spaces because I haven't wanted to pay.
Yeah.
To like, you know, already the videographer, costume, whatever, that's going to make up a massive amount of your budget. But with that comes all the stress of, you know, stressing about what the weather's going to do. And we were incredibly lucky on both of those two occasions for this video, Once Upon a Dream and Confident.
Confident was filmed around the corner, wasn't it?
It was. And literally, like, we nearly had to call it off because it was raining, and then we just got so lucky it stopped.
Yeah, it's quickly now, chorus now.
Literally.
Yeah.
So it is a battle. I feel like that is something that so many friends of mine that are artists also deal with. It's like, God. And that's why venues like this are so amazing, because you make relationships with people, and, you know, venues like this are few and far between. It's good for us as well, you know, to have people using it, because otherwise, what's the point? Like, if no one wanted to do things, then we don't exist. So it's not just like we've got the footy on every night and it's somewhere just to sit. It's actually meant to be a part of all the process of live music, videos, photographs, everything.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So, second song off the album.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was
album
just
recorded.
Like you. Album finished.
Released
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Yeah.
You've had a couple of EPs, or you mainly done singles?
Yeah, no, I've had a couple of EPs. I had one called Gabriella, which I released. It was kind of like a jazzy, I don't know, like neo soul pop vibe. That was in 2020. And then Confident was the second EP.
Yeah.
So this is going to be all from this new project for the album, which I haven't actually officially announced the title yet, but I can tell you, because why not? I'm not that big.
But it is big.
Who cares?
3.5 years.
No, it's a long time in the making. It's called Everything Falls Into Place. That's the name of the debut album. And it's a lyric from one of the songs.
Nice.
And the reason I actually chose that title, obviously it's a lyric from one of the songs, but also I felt like it kind of represented the album and the making of the album, because there was quite a few bumps along the way as to like producers I'd worked with that kind of it fell through, or things that didn't quite work out. But then all of that ended up making me meet the producer that actually did the whole album,
right?
Who I just kind of clicked with, and we worked really well together. So it was kind of, in the end, everything fell into place.
Because people won't realise it's not just like you record 10 tracks and then that's it, it's done. There is a lot more to it, and you've got to get the right people that you work with.
100%.
And what's hard over 3 years is, I'm sure your style or your writing might have changed a bit, and it's working out what to drop, what to keep, what you like, what you don't like, what you might need. Yeah, it's a whole. Actually, to get one producer at this stage is actually quite on the full album.
100%.
It's quite rare, right?
100%. And I think getting someone that you trust, that you work well with. And like you say, choosing and getting 10 tracks that are solid enough, that you feel that they're solid enough to put on an album, like that already is such a feat.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that, it's like, okay, yes, we've got 10 tracks and yes, we've got them mastered, but now we need a release plan. Like, what's the plan? Because it's all well and good having 10 tracks that you're super proud of, but if you haven't got everything that you need these days, i.e., you know, everything from the campaign to the artwork to the visuals, the video, the rollout of it, it's just
and I think that's what I admire about your work. Everything is meticulously thought out. Every video concept's thought out. You know, you really put a lot into it. Like you're saying there, in terms of budgets, yeah, it's difficult, but it's not impossible to do it on a lower budget. I'm not saying you don't spend anything, but you've got to work out ways to make things happen without 100%. It costing tens of thousands of pounds.
100%. Because I think, and I think another really important thing that I've learned to try not to do, I still do it, but I try not to do it as much, is like looking at artists that are in the industry now and the work that they're putting out. Yes, you can use that as a goalpost and as something to aspire to, but you shouldn't be feeling disheartened if your work isn't representative of that quality, because they will be spending tens of thousands of pounds for a team and the videographer and the concept and the post video graphics, all that stuff that makes it look insane. Like, you think of Sabrina Carpenter, her videos are so polished, everything is so meticulously thought out, fit within her brand. I just haven't got the budget
she's
or the
also
time to be
through a lot of different styles before she's got to where she is now.
Definitely.
This one seems to have landed, which is amazing. But, you know, she's been around a long time.
And nothing has necessarily landed as strongly as this kind of this most recent album and all the songs on that. So
you've got to not be scared. And I think as well, if you're looking and interested, definitely check out your last EPs and singles, but then check out the videos, because you've got a lot of online presence with the videos. If it's live stuff, you've got a load of like live cuts, you've got some traditional music video style stuff.
Exactly.
But the way that it's all quite different in its themes, but it's all got a similar vibe to it. So you definitely know it's kind of something that you're producing.
I know.
But that's important, though.
It is important, and I think in the past I've been maybe guilty of wanting to kind of erase things that maybe you don't feel represent you now, because you kind of go, oh God, you know, that might make me cringe, or oh, looking back at that, you know, my voice has improved so much, or whatever the change is that naturally happens over time and experience. I've been guilty of wanting to kind of go, oh, let's just take that off Spotify. But I think the danger with that is that, like you say, going back to an example like Sabrina Carpenter, is that you're then not seeing the journey, and people love the journey as much as they love the kind of finished, polished product. So it's important to keep all of that, because you go, oh wow, that, you know, you've been releasing that since 2019, 2020, and now 5 years on, you know, I like to think it has, you know, it's gone like that, or however that looks, going up at some point.
You've also got used to the process, right? So some of them early ones, probably just going, oh, should we do a video? Should we do a photo shoot? But now you go, actually, I really liked it when we did this style of video, this photo shoot on this day with these people.
Definitely.
You meet your people.
Definitely. And learning from the process of the videos specifically has been like a massive learning curve for me, because I know with the first official music video that I did with, like, you know, dancers and everything, was here around the corner at the Baltic skate park. It was way too overambitious. And the fact that we did it all in one day, I actually still don't know how we did it. With about, I think we had 5 outfit changes, we had 6 dancers, and I thought we could get that all done in one day, and we did, by the skin of our fucking teeth. Like, it was so nearly not done. And I think you learn, it takes really pushing the boat out. What is in your gut is the right thing to do, but then, as I said, it was such a big learning curve, and every video I've done since, I've tried to take something from that and go, right, this is what we're going to do differently, so that I'm stressed less. It's more within. There's still so many outfit changes. Oh well, no, not so many.
Luckily, you've got your amazing mum that helps in that department.
Oh, Mama Jane.
Mama Jane. She's always on set with you.
Oh,
she's always making sure you look on point.
Oh, she's such a legend. She's just my person. That's how I would describe her. We've always been super close, and she just loves, I think she is a creative person. Like, no, she's not musical, But she is creative. She loves writing. She loves reading. She loves to listen to music. And so it's good to have someone on your team that 1000% has your best interests at heart. And I think it's that kind of trust thing of going, I've got someone on set who is going to tell me if it looks shit, or is going to say, why don't you try it this way? Not to the point where she's like momager, getting too involved, because she's not like that at all. But it's just, I think it can be quite intimidating when you're on a set and you're working with, a group of people that, and you do trust to an extent, because obviously you are working with them, but they don't know you as well. And so if there's ever a moment where like I don't know, something goes wrong, like Mum can she can tell.
And what's nice is she can take a bit of the heat off that particular scenario.
Yeah.
Because she's dead good at talking to people, isn't she? She'll just kind of chat to anyone about anything.
She is. She's good at, I guess, diffusing the stress if it needs to be diffused, charming people if they need to be charmed.
Yeah.
She's great. She's such a legend. Sally Prothero. Always there. Always for the styling.
Yeah.
Always on set.
And creatively, she works in fashion, right? So
correct.
She has got that creative energy to her,
exactly,
which comes out of the fashion stuff.
Exactly, yeah. So she works for a kind of boutique in Cheshire. And, she's in the showroom selling, helping women feel their best, seeing what suits them. She's always been so interested in that, and she's so good at it. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Big shout out, Mama Jane.
Big shout out to Mama Jane.
We love
Jane.
Let's just scoot back to the album.
Yeah.
So, what's been the most challenging thing about writing a full album as opposed to EPs and singles? And, did you look at it as, I need to put myself into this? Did you have a theme? Did you take on a persona for it that was kind of half you, half someone else? There's a million ways to write an album, 100%. But it seems to be the kind of Mount Everest of a performer to get an album right,
Yeah. I think at first I definitely put the pressure on the fact that this was a debut album, from everything from the title to choosing the songs to, is this song good enough to fit in it? I then somehow, I guess, given that it was such a long time in the making, 3.5 years, did manage to kind of take a step back and just kind of enjoy the process and write, because I was enjoying writing. And I know, and just over time, I think that the songs just kind of came to piece together, and, choosing songs that, I think the biggest thing for me was, like, I wanted an album that felt like it had all of these different worlds. Like, for example, one of my favorite artists is Ray. As you know, every time I'm here, I'm singing a Ray song. And her debut album had so many different genres, vibes, tempos on it. I think that kind of actually made me go, okay, it's okay if you've got, like you said, all my videos are so different, but the thing that ties them together is my voice, the soul, the songwriting. And so once I kind of took that pressure off, it became a lot easier.
So you can follow ideas.
Yeah.
If it comes to that, you follow that string rather than...
Definitely. And also just you loving it. Because if you love it, it's going to be so much more authentic, and people are going to feel that, both in the kind of record, listening to it, and also live. I think that's such a big thing.
Singing it, haven't you? You've got to enjoy performing it.
Exactly.
The Ray one's interesting, isn't it? Because I know it is all quite different vibes, but she kind of went, okay, but the band's going to be the thing that I focus on. It's going to be this kind of big. It's going to be big.
Yeah.
So I suppose as long as you've got something in your head, no matter even if it makes sense in context, it kind of just takes you through it. Even if yours is, I'm going to follow this. Yeah. Every time it comes, I'm going to follow it.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't it be different?
Yeah. Because, I mean, this album of hers, it's, as I say, it's got ballads, it's got big band stuff, it's got electronic dance music on it. It's everything. And I think, I've got a few songs on there. I've got the ballads, I've got the just piano, I've got guitar, R&B sounding things, bit more kind of disco, funk, cool synths. It's everything. And to me, the thing that ties it together is my voice, because that's always been my thing. I can be very unconfident in a lot of things, but my vocal ability, my tone, that's the thing that I think sets me apart. That's my USP.
Unique, and it's kind of soft and powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah. It's that. Yeah. I always say...
And that cool vibrato that you do, that's cool. It is cool, man.
I try not to overdo it. I think when you're first starting out, I definitely used to over vibrato everything.
It's cool, though. It's really, really unique.
I never even knew what it was. I remember my uncle is probably the only real musical one in my family, and even then, like, it was just kind of church, you know, sang in church, sang in choirs and things like that. And I remember when I must have been like 12 or 13, and he was like, God, you've got this amazing vibrato. And I was like, what's that?
Yeah.
You know, it's something that I guess, you do naturally. And then the more you learn, I did kind of have, you know, classical vocal coaching. So I learned all about that and definitely learned how to like control it. Because I think the beauty of vibrato and riffs and anything that kind of makes it interesting as a listener is only as amazing as it can be if it's not overused. You know what I mean by that?
100%. I think like them moments in songs that we all love where we go, I love this bit.
Yeah.
It's usually because something's just slightly done a bit differently, whether that's a run, whether that's a bit of a different kind of texture to it.
Contrasted with the really simple, non-vibrato, you know, stuff that I guess is the natural thing to sing, and then all those kind of embellishments are what makes it go, like you say, makes your ears pick up and go, ooh.
I like this bit, you know, like listen to this bit. And then I think also knowing when you've overcomplicated a certain section and going, it doesn't need to be that, we can strip that right back, because
definitely
it doesn't fit there.
I agree.
So hard to do, especially if you think, oh, that sounds sick because I've made this amazing run up to that note. It's like, but is it a bit
much? And I think now, whenever I have that moment, I'll always try and keep it simple on the recording, but remember it for the live stuff, because that's what I love for my favorite artists is when you know the record down to a T, you know exactly how they sing it, and then it comes to the live and they do something completely different and you're thrown, and it's like, oh my God, that was absolutely sick.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's such a nice thing. So that's how I remedy it in my mind. I'm like, it's not completely lost. We're just going to do it when it's live rather than recording.
I like it. Writing-wise, have you written everything on your own?
No. I've done quite a lot of co-writes. I'm trying to think now, go back. So the actual first song that's going to be the first, I guess, in the order, the first song when it officially all comes out. It's actually a really funny story. So my GCSE music teacher is a songwriter.
Wow.
Net Healy, and her husband is a composer, and they followed me ever since I left school, which is now 10 years ago. 10 years ago this September, I was like, when I just left school. Frickin' hell, that's such a long time.
I left university more than 10 years ago.
Well, there you
go. You're all right.
Drink to that. And so her and her husband followed me, and you know they always sent gorgeous words of encouragement. And I got on so well with her when we were at school. Like, she was such a big kind of encouragement to me when I was learning to write songs and play piano, and she was amazing. So anyway, it kind of came full circle. I had probably 2/3 of the album done. I want to say 2 years ago now. And her and her husband reached out to me on Instagram or WhatsApp, I can't remember what, and just said, you know, we write all the time. Would you consider us writing something for you? So I was like, absolutely. Like, I've never actually done it where I've never been involved in the process. Everything's either been me and my laptop, or me and my piano, or co-writing with another songwriter. So I've never done that before. So I was kind of like open to it, but also not sure how it would go. Yeah. So I sent a couple of tracks from the album that I was like, this is the realm that I'm in. See if, you know, you feel inspired by this, and see if there might be something that could work. Anyway, they sent me this song that they had recorded the vocals with AI. So they had kind of written the melody. Everything they'd done, they'd written, but then they had like an AI voice that sang it, because they sing, but I think they wanted me to get a really good idea of how it would be.
Sang it like you.
Yeah, sang it kind of, similarly. No, so it wasn't my voice. It wasn't that kind of AI. It was like an AI pop voice, random. Anyway, they sent me the song, and I remember Max, my partner, he was playing paddle at the time, and I was just sat watching. And I had my headphones, and I got the message through, and I was sat, and it was a gorgeous day. And I literally just got goosebumps. It was just such a good song. And immediately I was like, I was like, oh my God, this is such a good song. Like, this is the one. Because they sent like 6 songs and I listened to all of them. And this was the one that I was like, wow, that is actually insane. Anyway, I took it to the studio, took it to Ben, the producer. Did change quite a lot of the lyrics to just kind of fit me a bit better. But for the most part, it was, you know, almost where they did it. So... yeah, never done that before, but
that's so cool.
Open to it. Felt quite pop starry.
Yeah.
We're going to write you a song.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Done. Next.
So that was one of the songs.
Well, so album number 2 should be out in 2 months after, right?
Oh my God. So yeah, I mean,
just get them 2 to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be fine.
Put yourself on the poster.
Oh, it's funny. Like when I was doing the album process, I was like, I don't think I'm going to do another album or even an EP for like a good amount of time. And I've actually already got like a fair few songs that I'm like, ooh,
cool.
Let's put that on the next one.
Yeah. And I suppose if you're doing a bit of a, you know, do you know when it's out yet?
I'm thinking like next March, April.
So soonish.
Yeah, soonish. Next, I want to say 6 to 8 months.
Okay. Soonish, then inevitably there's usually gigs that go along with it. I think increasingly as well, you've got to be a bit more creative in how you roll it out. Like you've just, and I know you are.
Oh, it's hard though.
Yeah, I think what's nice is you could see it as a pressure, but also you could see it as, I think people will be up for more things than they used to be. Yeah. Rather than it just being a UK tour and you go, we're going to book these venues and if people come, they come. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can look at really doing more intimate stuff.
Yeah.
You could do some records. Are you going to get physical stuff printed?
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I think that would be definitely something that I've always wanted to do. I never did it with the EPs. So I think a certain amount of vinyl would just be epic. Because I have so many vinyls at home. I'm like, how cool would that be to
super cool
have your own? Because I think that's such a big thing for me. And I don't know if you feel this as a musician, but for me, it's just, I want to be looking back in regardless of what happens, and why we've had this conversation before, but I want to be looking back and going, I couldn't have given it any more.
Yeah.
I couldn't have tried any more.
I did it.
And look at everything I've created and all of that just because, for whatever reason, there's no one telling me to do any of this. So it's just that need, for whatever reason, I've got it inside me that just goes, don't have regret.
And if a great ancestor somehow, right, finds you on an LP and listens to it,
it's just
like,
cool,
how amazing
it?
to be able to leave that in. I know the digital thing's going to be there probably forever now.
Oh, God, yeah. There's no going back from that,
we kind of without there, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's pictures of me from when I was 16 covered in booze running around. But because Tin Can, my band, are going to be...
Alex.
are going to be... We're trying to write, so we're a covers band, soul, blues, funk, and we're trying to write from a really different point of view. We're trying to write as a funk and soul band, so not necessarily putting anything of myself into it, out there, but just trying to write to that
in that
style.
realm. Yeah.
Because actually, our whole thing is obviously I've got a lot going on, but
entertainment-wise, really,
yeah. Our big thing is entertain people. So actually, there is. The drive is that it's like what's fun, what's interesting, what's homage to stuff that we enjoy.
Love it, and that's the point.
That's our thread.
Yeah, I love that.
Someone finding that in years to come and go, what's this? It's like it is what's quite exciting.
It's the driver, 100%.
And having a laugh with it.
Yeah.
Like you've got a load of good musicians that back you up in your live band.
Yeah.
So do we.
Yeah.
And actually, there's nothing better than when you're all ready and you've done all the kind of boring bits that you don't necessarily love.
That's the fun bit, isn't it?
That's the bit.
It's like when we came, I think I played a couple of the songs from the album, even at that arts bar. Yeah. I mean, it's 3.5 years in the making, so definitely November 2023, when I had my headline show here, we played some songs from the album. And it was a 60-minute set, and it was 60 minutes of just having fun.
It's fun, wasn't it?
And I don't do enough of that. I think if anything, but obviously there's only so much time in the day, right? So I know that's something that you struggle with too, but I think once it's rolled out, that is what I want to be spending my time doing. Is focusing more on the how many shows can I try and do a show a month for 6 months, even more if possible. But I'm an adult, I've got a job as well.
I actually think that's the new way of looking at it. Rather than doing like every night you're in a different city, why not do a year? and do 2 shows a month, 1 show a month, and then actually enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Exactly. And then, like you said before, you do a mixture. You do, I've got this venue in Tarpley, which is not far from where my parents are, in Cheshire. And it's a bar that I literally started singing at as a 15, 16-year-old. It's one of the first places I ever sang. And it's tiny. Like, it's a wine bar. It's super small. And I was talking recently with Miles, the owner, about how cool it would be to do a kind of So Far Sounds type thing, where it's super stripped back. There's like 3 or 4 of us. And people come to... It's not like, people come and they want to drink, which is absolutely fine if that's what you want to do. But that's not what this night is going to be. You've got that kind of intimate stuff mixed with more headline show vibes, fuller band, and just have fun with that.
And selling your record, I think people at them smaller shows are a bit more into it. If you've had a conversation with them, they'll be buying.
There's a story behind it and a connection, isn't there? So people are more, people are definitely more open to...
All the big bands are doing it, and like, as much as it's great, the record signing stuff, it's a little bit fake. Because it's like, we've got to go and do this record store thing. Yeah. The people that did it really well from Liverpool were Red Rum Club. So they did like a pop-up store in here last time. And they actually were like, we're going to get out there. And this is a couple of years ago. Yeah. They were like, getting out there anywhere. Football clubs, bars, pubs, bookshops, whatever. We're in it. We're going to play a set, sell us records, meet everyone, have a laugh, done. That's become a bit more like... I think the bigger artists are starting to do that more. And I think it feels a little bit forced. It's like management have gone... Oh, God, look at these grassroots artists absolutely doing this. We should be doing it. All right, look, fair, whatever. But I think because there's integrity behind it, people can tell. Rather than it's just like a generic...
Rather than it's a label thing. And I think the beauty of those kinds of shows is that they are actually quite accessible to artists like myself. And I guess it's working out... It's always a two-way street, right? So it's just working out with the venue how is this going to help you as well as it's going to help me.
Totally.
Whether it's a bookshop or a small wine bar or a bigger bar.
Totally. And if you go to most places that have got a little bit of something about them, a bit of character, they'd probably understand it as well. If you're going, this is why I'm doing it. Yeah. This is what you get out of it. This is what I get out of it, and this is what they get out of it.
So it's coming up with that. I guess coming up with that plan. So even maybe like having a word with Red Rum Club and speaking to the boys and just saying like, how did that go? How did you find that? How did you, go about approaching the venues? Because I think that is something that I am not the best at, which is probably like reaching out to artists and asking, not for help. You don't want, be a beg, but just being like, advice. Because I think, I've had a few artists starting out in Manchester especially who I've met at gigs, and I want to give as much, because I've had people that have done the same for me that have gone, this is what you should do, why don't you try this? So I've tried to do that, but I think the older that you get, maybe the less inclined you are to...
It's funny, isn't it?
It's weird.
You don't want to put yourself out there.
Bother people.
Yeah, bother people. You don't want to bother people.
It's weird. And it's, it's just trying to fight through that and be like, no, come on, what's the harm in asking? They say no, they say no.
Yeah. In saying all that, though, if you just decide to do a tour... or not, I think it's absolutely fine. It's all about, I'm just kettling red with stuff that's coming to my brain.
Yeah.
That's because we're constantly trying to work out how we can be the best supporter of artists as well. Because we've got a strange setup. We're not just a close-the-door kind of gig venue, so we've got to work that out. Yeah. And I'm always trying to think of stuff we can do to help. But it's the same for artists.
Yeah. Thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Which, it's... Because I think, that would be my next big challenge, I think, is some sort of mini tour that I organise, and I have, like you say, 5 or 6 venues across a few months that are in places maybe I know. So who knows, Manchester, Liverpool, London, Scotland. I don't know.
It's fun as well, isn't it, going on tour? Yeah. It's fun doing bits on tour.
I've actually never done it.
Must have done gigs away though. It's like
I've never done a tour, so
it's
I
fun.
Know.
It's just fun, and in projects I've done in past, sometimes the venues are full, sometimes they're not. But even the ones that have got 10 people in, 2 people in, there's something about it that's still you're having a laugh.
Yeah, agreed.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Who actually cares?
Who cares? We're all on a floating rock.
Who cares?
We're all on a floating rock.
Sorry, I've gone really off topic there.
No, you haven't. I think that was brilliant. Because that's something, like I said, I just haven't got the time. Well, everyone says if I say I haven't got the time, people go, you have. If you wanted to do it, you would. But yeah, videos, roll out, all of that takes a lot of time. But I think once the album's out, that for me would be like my next challenge. I'd go, I've kind of got the video thing under my belt. I kind of know how to deal with it. Whereas touring and setting up your own mini tour, never tried to crack that whip before.
No, fair enough. And in terms of like, let's just stick on the album just very briefly, because I know we've talked about it a lot. Are you conscious of it being a part of yourself going out into the world? Are you quite content now? Like, I think as you get older, maybe you get a little bit more relaxed about these kind of things. But a lot of people that I've spoken to have said, you know, it's part of you that you're putting out to be judged as well. Like, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. But in your head.
Yeah, I would say that with Confident, my second EP, I had that feeling of, ooh, I don't know how it's going to be received. What if this? What if that? And then it's just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of realised that I'm not really doing it for approval or reaction. Like, obviously, a massive part of why I love doing what I do is that, you know, you get someone messaging you. Like, I had someone messaging me the other day, like, I've just had a baby. It's been a really, really tough period. Like, someone I've never met. Sink or Swim has literally been one of the best songs that's helped me through this period. Or I can't remember exactly the message because it's actually not been out that long, but it was something like, Sink or Swim has really affected me in a positive way. And I think that's amazing. But I think you can't necessarily count that and expect that, because I think if that's what you're doing it for, you're going to always be disappointed. Whereas I think with this, I'm just kind of like, I know that I love every song. I love playing every song live. And what will be, will be. What will be received, will be received. Do you know what I mean? And you hope that the reaction is going to be positive, or that some people are going to have resonated with it in some way. But if you're doing it for other people's reactions, I just think you're always going to end up not being happy.
Yeah, fair. I've just never done it, so I just wonder if it ever goes through your head.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The only equivalent we've got is, like, obviously with the bar, you want people to enjoy it as a place, and like every day you're worrying about it, and like some of the added bonuses are similar. If someone's met here and then they have the engagement party here, there's some of the little added bonuses that we never thought would happen.
Exactly. So it's like you say, little story, like people, like connection. That's the whole point, is that whether it's someone hearing a song or your cover of a song or a song that you yourself have written, like, we're all just doing it live for the first time. We're all just trying to fucking figure it out.
Totally.
So when you find someone that resonates with that, it feels really special. Like, that's what the human experience is all about. So I love that part of it.
I do. I think that's really, like, that's one of the really nice things about being an artist, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you constantly get to reimagine what you want to do with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and what message you want to put out. And also, I find it quite fun. Who do you want to be on that day in that video? You know, I wouldn't go as far as to say I have an alter ego at all, but it's like that persona of, you know, when I'm at home, I'm in my trackies and no makeup, as most people are, I'm sure. But you get to kind of put on that stage person, and that's a really fun part of it, I think.
Yeah.
And just going back to that, like, human connection thing, like, I was playing a gig at a venue in Manchester. It's Sonata. It was that piano bar that unfortunately closed down because it just, you know, couldn't get going, which is so unfortunate, because like you guys were a very big supporter of giving artists the opportunity to just literally sit at a piano, and people would literally come to sit and listen. Very rarely would they be talking. It was like a kind of theatre style thing. And this lady wrote me a message, and I've got it on my vision board, and it literally just says, "You are amazing at what you do. Keep going." And she left that for me, and I just think sometimes you get so caught up in the bullshit of, like, everything that comes with being an artist and a creative in the industry, that you forget that, like, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Having someone go, wow, you know, you forget how good you are sometimes, and I'm so guilty of that. So to have someone kind of recognise that, take the time, write a note, leave it for you. I'm like, wow, I love that.
Yeah, you haven't just gone out and done a gig. You've trained for ages to be able to do that, and you've actually put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah. Your 10,000 hours.
Yeah, totally, man. And what's nice, I mean, I'm gonna blow smoke up here now, but since the minute we met you, like, you've always been someone that's so positive and inquisitive about everybody else, as well as knowing yourself. You've always taken an interest in everybody else. I think it goes a fucking long way, man. Because since the minute we met you, it's been like, she's cool. And then we've stayed in touch for however many years, but it's nice to see someone who's actually genuinely lovely as well and gives a shit.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool's got quite a lot of it at the minute. I think everyone does give a shit about each other, actually. It's been through phases in the last 10 years. Everyone at the minute is quite good.
Very invested in everyone and what's going on. Yeah, I agree. And I think I've always been quite an interested person. I like to learn about, and it's funny, as someone who is very interested in other people, my radar for those that aren't interested is so heightened. It's just, I find it so interesting. I always want to learn and know more about people. That as soon as that's not reciprocated, it's so interesting. Because to me, I don't know about you, but that just screams kind of what's the word? Lack of kind of self-confidence to
I was going to say insecurity.
Yeah, insecurity, self-confidence. Yeah, exactly. It's so interesting.
And everyone's on their own path, you know. But I agree with you. Like, there's certain people that we meet everyone from, like, you know, creatives to non-creatives.
We meet everyone in the world. Everyone comes here to the arts.
Everyone's kind of got a cool story.
Yeah.
Some cool and no.
Yeah.
But then when someone is just not really I don't know. It's really hard to explain. You've got a particularly outgoing look on life and an interest in other people, which stands out.
Yeah.
I know everyone has their own little bits. Yours was particularly strong, which is kind of what I'm saying. That's what was nice.
Yeah.
About when we first met. We videoed, we had a chat, we sang, we laughed, we drank, we did whatever.
Yeah.
And that was what was nice. It was like, this person gives a shit about us, which makes you immediately more interested in them.
Exactly. Agreed. And that's interesting in itself, I find, because it's I think it's just it's that human desire to have some sort of a connection and it be mutual, isn't it? That's kind of what it is. Because I wanted to know all about the story of Art Spa and you guys and what you did, and then, you know, as a result, you're kind of, wow, you're a nice person.
Yeah. Which
I think goes a really long way.
It does.
Like you say, it's memorable, and we're all figuring stuff out. We're all trying to. Everyone's got shit going on.
Totally.
Everyone's got their own shit, and they work it out.
This was not meant to be poo-pooing on the general public. This was meant to be saying that you were really nice, which is why we ended up, like, staying in touch and working together for so many years.
Exactly. And you're pooping the general public.
Everyone else
is shit.
On that note, we've got people coming to set up for the jam.
We do.
So maybe do some plugging.
Yeah.
And then maybe we say tatty buys and we have a laugh.
Absolutely. Sounds good to me.
So what have you got coming? Like, give us a little bit. So you've got the album's the next big thing. Yeah,
album is the next big thing.
Keep an eye out for some dates after that.
Exactly.
And if you genuinely check out kind of YouTube, if you want, just Amber Prothero. It's such a good back catalogue of tunes and videos and live sessions.
And also all the live sessions I did here at the Art Spa, because there are a lot now.
Yeah. You're probably one of our most featured artists.
There's a lot going on. We had the first one at Hope Street, another one at Hope Street, what I did with Max O'Hara.
Yeah.
And then we had the live headline show back in November. So there's tons for you to look at. So definitely go and check it all out. Loads of singles on the way, loads more videos. So much great content, and then hopefully lots of live shows on the way.
Well, can't wait. Yeah. Please come and play here again.
Oh, I will. Cool. I'll be knocking on the door. Let me in.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Amber Prothero, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Thanks,
mate.
guys.